baby. Let's go. Here we go. We're back and better than ever, Samboners. Welcome back to another location episode of the Samboner Show. I'm Samboner Mick, alongside, as always, Mr. Colin Thompson. You can't stop this guy, folks. First, he's in Doylestown. Then he's in, I don't know, Florida, Gainesville. Then he's in Carolina. Then he's in Minnesota. Then he's in Annapolis. Then he's in Cape May. Then he's in Key West. Now he's back in Annapolis, over to Cape May. Colin, where the fuck do you live anymore?
I'm just a local everywhere. That's all I want to be when I grow up. I just want to be considered a local and just spend enough time there, make enough friends there, spend enough time at local watering holes, some of which we're going to talk about today because our location episode is all things Cape May, where people say, that guy, yeah, he's a local. He's here. And I just show up enough. So right when I feel like there's enough space in between, I'll just show my face. So yeah, I'm excited to talk Cape May.
You got to stay loyal. If you're not in Key West, you're back to Cape May. And Annapolis is another great. Would you consider Annapolis a shore town?
It's not a shore town, but it's definitely a town built around water for sure, man. It's all I mean, shore towns are only at the Jersey Shore.
Right. I know. I didn't mean to say it like that, but it's kind of got that beach vibe to it.
Yeah. It's more boating, more like pull up on bars on your boat vibe, maybe a sandbar. The nice thing about living here in Annapolis is like, if you have a boat, man, you could do so much. You could have like all-time vacations and like an hour boat ride, and you're in this little Maryland town that's like 300 years old, and it's kind of cool. And Cape May has a little bit of that too, for sure. Kind of at the end of the Delaware Bay. We're going to get into a little bit of the history of it. But excited to do a location episode, man. This is something that I've been talking about for a while, of course. Absolutely.
And just, to all our listeners out there, just for some clearer context, we rolled out these location episodes about 3 months ago. We kicked it off with all things Key West, thanks to our good man, Colin Thompson, who has a presence down there. We quickly rolled in and did a full episode around Delaware County, or should we say Delgo. Huge support there from a lot of the local businesses. Just a great opportunity for us to continue to showcase these places, support these local businesses. We rolled another episode out, all things South Philly, all things Sea Isle, all things Wildwood, all things Avalon, St. Stone Harbor. And this would be our 7th location episode. And why not wrap it up with a good old On the Way to Cape May. I fell in love with you. Oh, my God. You could sing that song to the cows come home, baby. But no, there's a lot of great, great memories as a kid here growing up, going to Cape May, even taking my kids over to Cape May, taking a nice long walk up that tight, windy lighthouse. You ever go to the top of that lighthouse, pal?
I did not. I'm not a heights guy.
Come on.
You know what? Maybe I was. Actually, I take that back. I have been up there before. I take that back. I would say a couple years during COVID, we went up, when we were actually adventuring and we weren't on our phones all the time and doing those things. It's cool. That's Cape May Point for those trying to figure it out, because Cape May's got like 4 towns inside of it. One of the towns, South Cape May, to get into the history, sunk, went underwater. Like there's Ferris wheels underwater right off Cape May Point there. If you look back at Cape May, there's like a huge cove. It's called the Cove. Well, that cove's a cove because there's a town underwater there. And I believe, check my history, when I think it was the Army or Navy Corps of Engineers, they built the canal to make Cape May actually an island. It was not an island before. They built that canal for World War I, I believe.
I was asking your buddy Lance, the head coach of the Cape May high school team. And I was asking that because when we were over at Seaview in that one day, so every other Jersey Shore is considered an island, but Cape May seems to be more man-made. Is that correct?
The island of itself is man-made. Correct. Like, so yeah, right. They're all like barrier islands. And then Cape May like comes around the bottom and it's just supposed to be like a giant landmass. They built that canal for, I think there was Russian subs off of the southern tip of Jersey. Cape May's there, obviously. And they were in the bay, about to head up to Philly, head up in that direction. I don't know the whole history about it. I didn't want to bore everyone with today, so I'm figuring we just talk a little bit about it. But essentially what happened when they built that canal, I believe there were some changes in essentially the tides. It created more draw. And I think it sunk. I know it sunk South Cape May. Well, there's houses. I mean, it's a full functioning community. And now it's like literally like you could look straight across and it's nothing. So it's definitely funky and has a ton of history. We were talking before, like Mick brought up Beach Plum Farm. Like there's farms out in Cape May that are like fully active and working. Like that's not a normal, shore town. There's massive wineries, which again, in my older life, I didn't know about that stuff as a kid. I would just go on a promenade and jump in the water and like run around. Then you get older and you're like, man, there's a lot here. That's why we live there. That's why there's a huge population of people that spend the year round there. January and February is really quiet. But man, like March starts, I was telling Mick about St. Patty's Day. That's out of control. Seaview is your spot for St. Patty's Day for sure. But all those spots, Carney's, Ugly Mug. So it's definitely a unique town. My wife and I have lived there for 2 years. We own a house there. My family has businesses there. We'll talk about those today. So it's a place that's near and dear to me. I, grew up working in the town. I grew up living in the town. I grew up also leaving that town to have more fun as a kid and going to Ocean City and Seattle because my friends were there and there was more to do for a young kid. And then I got older and I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving here. So no.
Well, we talked about too in some previous episodes, just going down the line, Seattle, Wildwood, Avalon, now Cape May. We still have an opportunity to do Ocean City. Maybe we do Ocean City next year, but for some reason there's that draw, right? When you get into that comfort zone of going to a certain island for, let's just say 10 plus years, there's no turning back, right? If you were to even upgrade your house, you're likely going to upgrade in the same island unless you come across, multi-million dollars and want to move up the ranks to the Avalon or Stone Harbor. But that said, there's just, it's something to be said about, it becoming your home, right? You call me a shoebie. I don't consider myself a shoebie anymore, but at the same time, he rolls his eyes, folks. But yeah, at the same time, Cape May is one of those special places, man. And like the Sea Isle episode, I took, pretty much the range there. And this one, Colin, I'm going to throw it right back on you, pal. You got a heavy load of lift in here, all things Cape May. Now, granted, appreciate everybody that supported the show. I have a lot of good experiences at Cape May, but we'll get into that here as we run down all things Cape May, fun things to do, where to eat, where to dine, where to wine, where to have fun, where to let loose. And, prior to Colin's little run here, I saw a lot of you being let loose down in Cape May, especially the Seaview win, but, Carneys and whatnot. But let's get into it, man. Let it rip.
Yeah, man. It's a great place. I'll be honest. My family's done business there for 30 years. I coach football there now at Lower Cape May Regional High School. I've done that for 5 years virtually and in person, and that's been an absolute blast. And that's probably got me more immersed in the community other than someone who just comes in vacations. I know locals. I see my kids I coach around town. Like I implore those folks that are, coaching up at home and doing different stuff at home, like volunteer at these local programs in the summer, like Bucks County stuff, folks, because the kids down there need it way more than the kids need it up in Bucks. That's why I do it. Like,
awesome, man.
It's great. And it's so much fun. And you can have huge impact where at home, there's 100 dads like Mick that are willing to give their time and help, where the backside of these shore towns from Ocean City down, there's not a ton of support. So it's been blast. And that again that's why you're going to see me have a little bit more passion than probably a normal place, because it's become home.
Well, I respect that too, man, because growing up as a kid playing football, shout out Southampton Knights, Bucks County, all our coaches growing up, 75 pound, 90 pound, 105 pound, they were all local guys that just wanted to basically lend their time to the community and, just teach these kids and grow these kids up. And again, unfortunately, that's a lost art anymore. It's like, Daddy, you coaching me? Daddy, you coaching me? Like, yeah, I guess I'll coach another team. Where are the volunteers anymore? Yeah. But at the same time, that's just a lost art. So I commend you for that, man. It's
a blast, dude. It does more for me than I can do for the kids. And all the relationships and connections I have and the people of Cape May that come out and support this program. Like, it needs it. Every year we're looking for new coaches. Anybody listening who wants to volunteer, youth levels, whatever. Like, there's stuff all summer long while you're hanging out down there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, stuffing your face with glizzies and beers on the beach. Take 2 hours to help out the community. It's a good place. So Cape May, man, listen, there's tons of history, and I'm not going to go through it, but this is a place where, like, the Indians discovered it way back in the day, and they're using like as a hunting ground. And there's like World War I history there. There was a Navy base in Cape May, now turned Coast Guard base. If you enter the Coast Guard out of high school and you enlist, you have to go through Cape May. So year round. That has a lot to do with that local population because of the commerce that comes with having a legit military base in Cape May, and the locals do an amazing job supporting the Coast Guard there. Like, they never pay for meals. Like, it's really cool. On Sundays, I'd be having a couple of drinks at Harry's on the porch, and like the whole freaking base is out on a run. Like, cop cars leading them through town. They'll be like, whatever, say 200 people on their Sunday run through town at sunset, and we're sucking down orange crushes, having a good time, cheering them on. So it definitely has that allure too of, like, again, of a different shore town where there's community, and then there's also like an academy there where there's more to it than that. Obviously, Annapolis is the Naval Academy. Coast Guard's smaller, but it's really unique, and I enjoy that too. So check out some of the history, whatever it is, Cape May City history section. It's like ridiculous, some of the stuff I was reading. I'm not going to bore with you guys with that today, but I think the military presence is something to touch on too, for sure. So
got to respect that.
Without further ado, we got to jump into it. So, fun things to do. Mick and I are going to tackle this section. You can't talk about Cape May without talking about Cape May Brewing Company. They are the elite of the elite when it comes to breweries, production. They're the third largest craft brewery in New Jersey. They're open daily, year-round. You can buy their beers, Jersey, PA, all Delaware. I know they're moving throughout the country too. Listen, they have so many flagship beers. Cape May IPA, always ready. Mick's always, Samboner. I'm always Samboner. The Coastal Evacuation. They have the seasonal beers, which is crushing it, which is like an orange crush. It's unreal. Oktoberfest, Tan Limes. We've talked about that.
Dude, I can't believe it's been around for over 10 years.
Unbelievable, man. Like,
yeah,
this is
unbelievable.
And it's a dad, Ryan Krill, and his father. His father Bob started this. I mean, it's like local product. They're up near the Cape May Wildwood Airport there, and they have a campus, indoor, outdoor dining, obviously all the beers. I love their limited edition boat ramp champ with the qualified capsule on Instagram. I love their original Fudge Kitchen, one of our sponsors here. Their exclusive beer.
Dude, I fell in love the first time I went there. I fell in love. I walked in. Grateful Dead was playing. It was absolutely buzzing. And you walk out, they had a stage. There was no live music outside on the stage. And then my buddy, shout out to the B-sides, they were playing on the back lawn. Like, you wouldn't think that it's that big, but once you get on the campus, it is massive, dude. And pick your poison. There's basically 3 different spots for you to go in there and chill. But the back lawn with the games, I mean, you can bring some wiffle balls and bats and play some wiffle ball back there for all you care. It's cool, dude. Real cool vibe right there.
It is. And their boutique, their shop, whoa, they're like t-shirts and stickers and hats. It's like, it is first class, man. They do it the right way. They have their,
100%.
They're huge in the economy down there with giving back to the community, employing tons of locals. So it's a great spot. And, we're thankful they've supported the show in the past, and they're just great people. And obviously the product, listen, that goes without saying. Everybody's drinking Cape May Brew, no matter where you are. I was in Seattle last early preseason. I'm talking to my buddy who has a business in Portland, and he's like, dude, I love Cape May Brew. I'm like, what? He's like, dude, I love it. I've had it many times.
It's consistent, man. That Cape May IPA, that always ready, it's always consistent.
Yeah, it's really good.
Unbelievable story.
I know you love it there. I do too. That's a cool little area up there near Cape May Wildwood Airport, a little bit outside of town, right next to the Cape May High School. Like, I'm going to get into some spots up there. So then you got Naughty Spirits, which is a cool little place in town to check out. Beach Plum Farm, Mick and I have talked about before. Mick, we talked about
likely the best breakfast sandwich in Cape May.
Oh, yeah, arguably, for sure. Beach Plum's unique, man. There's like pigs and cows and whatever, chickens everywhere. You can walk back. There's like people picking fresh raspberries and strawberries. Like, it's just, you're like, where am I? I was just at the beach at Carney's, and now I'm at a farm.
Great for kids.
Yeah, it's great for kids. And like, there's a couple of houses. I've stayed there before. There's a couple of houses on that property that are really, really, really nice. Every morning they bring you coffee and eggs and fresh donuts, milk. It's really cool too. Beach Plum Farm, we talked about the lighthouse. I mean, Cape May Point is really cool. We got the sunken ship out there. Really cool spot. The ferry terminal. I mean, the ferry makes Cape May really unique too, man. You can get on a ferry and go across the Delaware, spend the day, come back. We take it when we go home to Annapolis. That's really cool. There's a great little bar and restaurant out there. Talked about that as well. All the wineries are really good. Name one. They're all beautiful, picturesque. People have weddings there. Really cool. The Washington Street Mall. I mean, it's used to be just a little street for the convenience stores. Now it's a shopping mecca. Cape May carriage ride around town. I highly suggest it if you do that. It's really cool, especially in the fall, man. You can't beat it. Like, this is the best time of year to go down there, honestly, as a couple, as a family. And then Cape May Zoo, West Cape May's got all this cool stuff in it. So it's expansive. It's expansive. The Cape May Zoo is a really unique spot. I've never been. I hear amazing things about it. It's more north. It's easy for people to get to from Sea Isle, Avalon, Wildwood, but people rave about it. People rave about it. I'm going to send it over to Mick here to talk about hoagies, cheesesteaks.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I did some research, honestly, not a lot, but when I Googled, Colin, when I Googled, where to get the best sub. I've actually been here before, but I was shocked to see that this was the one that came up, because we did hit it last time we were in Cape May. If you're gonna go get a hoagie, you're gonna go get a cheesesteak. Everybody claims the best spot in town is West Side Market. So shout out to West Side. Keep doing what you're doing. But again, there's other spots like Mario's, Cappy, Seaside Pizza and Steaks, Vincenzo's, Italian Affair, and then Primo's, man. Primo's seems to just sneak their way into every little town or island across the Jersey Shore. So shout out Primo's. They're always consistent, always doing a good job. But yeah, man, if you have a nice little deli in West Side Market, that's the spot to go to and just get your beach game on, or your beach grub on.
It really is, dude. Like, you go in there and you get, like, you can get your fresh cuts of meat. So I would go in there, I would get like a couple New York strips for dinner, have them, while I'm ordering that, I go right to the counter and order like Italian hoagies and cheesesteaks and breakfast sandwich and all that stuff. And then it's like your old school deli. It's something you would see like in Upper Bucks County almost. You're like, what is this? Like, they don't make these anymore down the shore, really, in my opinion. It's like an old red building. That's a really good spot too. So listen, the bar scene, the coolest part about a lot of these bars, folks, I'll say it again, is they're open year round. I think that's really unique, and I enjoy that. So you can't beat it. We talk about it all the time. I get heckled for talking about it as one of my favorite bars on the planet, and that's the Seaview Inn in Cape May. One of the oldest taverns in Cape May, if not the oldest. It's been around forever. It is the local spot, period. Specials during the week, wing night, incredible. Taco night, incredible. Slider night, awesome. Locals and tourists, super affordable. I think that's the number one thing here that I think gets kind of glossed over at Jersey Shore, is like the prices have gone up in a lot of places. And this place,
I'd like to just chime in, man. Again, I know we talked about this a lot throughout the summer, but like, you're never going to find a place like the Seaview Inn. And if you do make your way over there, do yourself a favor and go try to make some contact or introduce yourself to the owner, Greg, because he is the salt of the earth. Honestly, that guy gets it through and through. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever talk to. He's running an unbelievable operation there. I believe he picked it up 16, 17 years ago. And he does claim to be the preferred, what was it? How did he label that? Guinness pour. The preferred Guinness pour at the Jersey Shore. Yep. I told my dad that, and he was like, well, shit, I got to get over there.
Yeah, they pour it the right way. The people from Baltimore came over from the brewery there and taught them, how to do it correctly and all that stuff. So, no, man, it's a place near and dear to my heart. All the bartenders there, all the servers, the cooks, it's all local. This isn't like, hey, we're coming down to work, and these people are here year round. So it's a great spot to catch a game, great TVs. They got the volume on for all the Eagles games, all the Phillies playoff games. So it's a great spot to watch the Flyers too. There's a little Flyers community down there that I hold on to with my guys. There's a few of us left. So the Seaview Inn, man, nice. It's home away from home. Gives you a hug when you come in. It's your cheers for sure. Love it there, man. Love it. We had a nice event there this summer, Mick. That was a good time.
Awesome time.
Really was. All right, shout out to this legendary spot. Carney's, man. I mean, how do you not smile when you talk about the good times down the shore at Carney's in Cape May? This is the spot you're going to with a group of friends to listen to some awesome live music, go deep into the night. They have a DJ on one side, live music on the other. They got brunch and full meals, the whole nine too. Don't get me wrong, but the service, the people, the folks, like, it's great. It gives you a hug when you come in. It's old school Jersey Shore beach bar. They invested a ton into that place. Really, really did a great job remodeling it. Great folks down there, and they kill it, man. Carney's is freaking the spot to go to tear it up. We had a big night actually before our Samboner event this year. We had a big night there with all the old Temple football crowd, coaches and players.
Yeah, I think it was a couple weeks after Colin. Shout out to Coach Patton. He was struggling one Sunday morning.
Ooh. It was before our show at the Wharf, Mick. It was that Thursday night.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep. They killed it, man. And then the power went out in Wildwood. But that's either here nor there. So shout out to Carney. Mayors, man. This place, it's my favorite place to eat and have cocktails on the island. That's great. That's an old school spot. They really cleaned it up right when you come into town there. Harry's is awesome. Great orange crust spot. They have orange crust specials during the week that are really good. Brown Room, Boiler Room in Congress Hall. These are the place like by the fire in the wintertime to hang out. In the summer, great bands downstairs in the basement, kind of a speakeasy vibe in the Boiler Room. Sea Salt's great. Elaine's is great. The Ugly Mug, historic. Great place to grab a beer. Finn's and the Rusty Nail. They're kind of the bars to me that jump out in Cape May. Hopefully I didn't miss a few. I've spent some time at all of them, but that's kind of my spots that stick out. What do you got dinner spots here?
Dude, I got to throw this back to you, buddy. I don't have much experience here, man, unfortunately.
No problem. I love it. It's all good. And okay, so I said Mayors again here because this place I walked to from my house, I freaking love it. They turned it over from like a dive bar to like unreal scallops. Unreal. I think they have like one of those small menu places. Right when you come over the bridge to Cape May, you make a right. Lucky Bones is on that list too, right next to it. Lobster House, Lucky Bones, Mayors. It's kind of all in that little circle there. You can just walk. If you can't get into one, walk to the other. I love it there. Mayors, the Ebbett Room, Lobster House, I already said it. Lucky Bones, the Washington Inn. I think these are all the premier places in town to get dinner. Like you and your wife are in town. Where am I going? Here's where we're going. Panico's, Secundo, Tish's, Peter Shields, the Physic Estate. I've already said Lucky Bones. So they're kind of the dinner spots in town where you're going to go sit down. They're open the majority of the year and have a great bite to eat. Some are on the water. Some are in town. Who did I leave out here? I said 410 Bank Street's on there as well. Primal by Mia. That is, I think, the best steak I've ever had. It's right on the beach. It's BYO. Really cool spot. Hard to get into. I digress. Again, as Mick said here, these are all my spots. So I got to tear it up. A place that Mick's been to, a place that I love, a place that I love in town that is freaking just killer. It's your go-to. It's Taco Cabollitio right in town.
Off the charts, dude.
Dude, it's just, you know what I love about it? Amazing service, great food, consistent as hell. It's fully staffed. We're in there in March. There's 25 people in there working and they're just grinding. And it is great cocktails, the best margarita, awesome tacos, burrito bowls. Upstairs, they have a great little bar. They have a whole like terrace that overlooks, Beach Avenue and the beach, which is really rare. They have a piano bar in there. I mean, Ross and his staff got a hold of this place, flipped it over, took an old concept, put their spin on it. It's killer. We go there all the time. I love it. They got great TVs too. They're all over the place. You're always going to have an eye on a good TV. Great place to watch the Phils here. Great place for the fall. Get that old beach vibe because you're right on the beach, so you can't beat Taco Cabollitio. An awesome spot to go out. And it's dog friendly too. If you have a pup, you can bring your pup and put it in there in the front. We've been there with our puppy a couple times. Exit Zero, another place that Mick and I have spent some time at. This place is incredible. Former gas station.
Yep.
On its way out to Cape May Point, Mick, on its way out to the sunset. You can't beat it. You can't beat the location.
That place is awesome, dude. We spent the night there. We had dinner with some friends and family. Like you said, it's an old gas station, so it has the rooftop, but it's completely open air. And then they have an inside. It's like a what would you call that inside? It's almost like a cottage, like a house, just like a real cool, unique brewery where there's probably 15 bar stools cut in an L shape. They got the swag going. They got a little inside vibe going. And then they have the outside, back to the outside. There's always some live music playing, but they have those little like mini, like RV, like huts, right? They're like these little side carts where you could go in and have kind of a exclusive private dinner. It's just like all around, dude, like total cool beach vibes. One of the best experiences I have had down the shore eating out for sure.
It's funky, but modern and cool and innovative, right? Like
very.
I asked my wife, who's obsessed with the place, and I am too. Their fried chicken sandwich, she said it's the best, one of the best, if not the best she's ever had. Their butter chicken with the naan bread, she said elite. Brussels sprouts, off the chain. The Thai shrimp and coconut soup, unreal. So she gave me the list, man. The place is elite, 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 and it's in a cool area. You're like, what is this? I'm in West Cape May. The beach is right there. The Cove is like 2 blocks from there.
Yeah.
But you're like turned around. It's kind of unique. It's not like a normal shore that runs, long ways. It kind of curls in. And before you head out to the point, make that trip out there, man. It's a cool spot. Dude. You're 100% right. They got a fire pit place in there too. It's a good spot for sure.
Great spot.
So these are kind of your restaurants. I mentioned Lobster House. I'm going to mention a couple of them again. Lobster House, Mayor's. The Russian Neon Beach Shack's really cool. Right on Beach Avenue. Old school beach vibe. Fire pits. Really good. The Chalfont Inn. Really cool spot to grab a drink. The Ever Room. The Harbor View. A really cool spot on the way into town. Right on the water. Right across from the Coast Guard base. You get great views there. The Blue Pig. Harpoons on the Bay. That's out in North Cape May. Really cool spot. They've invested a lot of money into there, and they did a great job. If you don't want to come all the way down into Cape May and you're up in that area, Rio Grande Villas, like Harpoons on the Bay is really cool. Yozu, this spot no one talks about. It's in one of the Cape May shopping centers. It's like some of the best sushi I've had. My wife's had. It's like a former like KFC or Applebee's, and they turned it into a hibachi sushi place. Really good. Bella Vita, West Cape May, great spot. Lucky Bones, the place is always packed. Right when you come over the Cape May Bridge, it's the first right you can make. Key West Tacos, great spot. Tommy's Hot Dogs, this place are really cool, right next to Carney's. And then you got Big Way Burrito, bring it up the rear. Great spot to get a burrito, local. They started small, right across from the Seaview, and now they got a big spot there, right next to, right behind the Fudge Kitchen.
Did you just say courthouse? Did you say courthouse? Cape May?
Yeah.
Oh, because dude, my son and I just left. We went to the taco shop in Cape May Courthouse. Sometimes people forget about. Is that considered offshore? I guess. What's the difference between Cape May and Cape May Courthouse?
You have the whole thing's Cape May County too, which throws people off too. From like Ocean City down, right, is like Cape May County, and then you have Cape May Courthouse, which is like right outside of Wildwood. So it's really like it's not considered Cape May Island, which we're kind of talking a lot about.
Yeah,
there's like North Cape May, and then Cape May Courthouse is the next one up. Yeah,
okay.
It's kind of near.
We were running some errands, and we were heading offshore. And I always say to them, we always discount these places offshore, like the Charlies of the world and so forth. But we were in the mood for some Mexican, so we went out to the taco shop out in Cape May Courthouse. It was literally in a strip mall right in Cape May Courthouse. I forget the name of the street, but dude, this place was really cool. I don't think it's a chain by any means, but just an awesome inside outside vibe. I got the grilled mahi tacos. He got the fried shrimp tacos. We had the churros. We had the nachos. What else do we have? We had the street corn. Colin, I got to be honest with you. This food absolutely knocked my socks off. I was completely impressed. Now, I'm not a huge street corn guy, but dude, as soon as I took a bite into it, I'm like, oh man, alive. This shit is banging, dude. Cape May.
Not a street corn guy.
I'm like zero frills. Like I just want a little corn on the cob with butter, salt, and pepper. But the street corn phenomenon has definitely blown up, kind of like the craft brew. But dude, the taco shop in Cape May Courthouse, do not discount it. Unbelievable spot right there. Gotta love it.
I love that. It's a great shout out. Thanks for jumping in and saying that, Mick. The funny part about that actually is that the Vikings make this freaking street corn casserole, dude. Oh my God. It's like
street corn casserole.
It's unreal. It's unreal.
Oh, dude.
I would just like take a little bit just to scratch the itch, because if not, I'm doing the whole bowl, baby. I'm doing the whole entire bowl. Okay, before we get into the shopping, shout out to Lawson's Dockside Seasoning, family-owned spice company that prides itself on offering a wide variety of high-quality spices and herbs and seasonings to elevate your cooking. Shout out to Dave Lawson, Cape May resident. I got the hat on. Listen. Follow the Samboners, follow the Samboner Show, follow Not For Long Media. You're going to get a box of seasoning, and you have to comment on this post below. Share it with a couple of your friends. Follow Dockside Seasoning as well. We're going to give a hat away. I'll send you a Not For Long Media hat, and we're going to give you some Dockside Seasoning from a local product in Cape May. Shout out to Dave Lawson, an unreal chef, the Cape May Paddle Club for years, started his own company, a great guy, and loves supporting local business here at the Samboner Show and Not For Long Media. So shout out to Dave. Shout out. Okay, let's plow through this thing, man. A lot of good stuff left to talk about as we start to wind down. So let me just make a little note here. Okay, great. So shopping. All right. Unique there because the mall is so present. 2 blocks off the beach, all the way from Congress Hall for about 3-4 blocks there. There's like shopping crazy. So you got Les Silhouettes Lingerie, you have Cotton Company, you have Sunflowers, you have Galvanic, you have Cash and Clive, you have the West End Garage, which is in West Cape May, which is like all these boutiques. Shout out to Actions Over Words and Alec Levin, Colliers Family Liquor Store. Amazing stuff. And then if you want to go to an old school hardware store just for fun, if you're out with your son, Mick, go to Swain's Hardware. It's an old Ace Hardware in town in Cape May. You can't beat that.
You gotta love a Shore Point hardware store. Absolutely.
Great. The smell. Like the certain stuff they have in there, they would never have on Bucks in Montgomery County, you know? Like wiffle ball bats. Like ping pong balls and wiffle ball bats and like cooking supplies are like everywhere. And my dad's like, I go and support him for everything. I don't want him to go away. You know, when he's in town, he doesn't want to run up to Home Depot. So 100%. Support your local hardware store. Mick, I'm going to talk about a couple here and then I'll send it to you. Okay, breakfast places in Cape May. You have the Lobster House. This is the place that you're not supposed to talk about, but here we are talking about on the world-renowned Samboner Show. Okay, listen, folks. This is the best kept secret in Cape May. Okay, you want to go down there for breakfast. If you're in another Shore Point, you want to get up early. Maybe you and your son, Mick, get in the car. You drive down to the Lobster House. You talk to the family. Say, listen, I'm going to pick up the freshest scallops. Cape May, I think, is the number 1 or 2 distributor of scallops in the country. All the scallop boats are right behind the Lobster House. They're right there. They're literally the size of burger patties. They're so good. So you say, listen, I'm going to go down. I'm going to pick up dinner for tonight. You get your salmon. You get your fresh fish. You get all your stuff you want. You get the great everything bagel loaves of bread. Excuse me. And then you go and you sit and have breakfast for $6. It's literally like ridiculous. You get 3 meats, you get 3 eggs scrambled, you get toast, potatoes for like $6.50, unlimited coffee, the best OJ in town. It's the best secret in town. Looking at the Lobster House, everyone's like, I've been there for dinner. They have breakfast. Yes, there's a little cafe there. That's my little local secret. So don't crowd it too much, folks, but go down there and check out that breakfast. Let me know your thoughts. And then the flight deck, which is right next to Cape May Brewing Company at the Cape May Airport right there. So you can sit and have your eggs and watch these little prop planes and some jets land too. It's a really big airport.
That's really cool.
It's cool. It's like a former naval base. Like they have all the old Navy planes taken off. Like it's definitely unique there. Shout out to Hanley Strength. I work out up there as well. And then the Mad Batter, before I go to Mick here, start on out there coffee. The Mad Batter, man, if you want a brunch in Cape May, you want to have a good time. It's right behind Carney's. You go sit at the Mad Batter. You tell Matt Danzy, we sent you. The bartender, and whoo boy, hold on for dear life, man. Those mimosas catch up to you now.
Yeah, no, again, like Colin, this is the lead on your end, being a local there in Cape May. But we're here to kind of just bring presents and light to everybody. So shout out to Out There Coffee, shout out to Uncle Bill's Pancakes, baby. I mean, they make their way into every single island. Legendary spot. Shout out to Harry's, you talked about, Bagel Time, Avalon Bagels. I mean, what a brand. They just continue to thrive. Coffee Time, Magic Brain, McGlade's on the beach, Aloha Company, Bella Vita, and then Playables, dude. Man alive. I wish I started Playables. What a vision there. I mean, seriously, dude. We've probably pumped a good $500 into Playables this summer. My kids are absolutely obsessed with Playables. But you know what? Guess what? It's a great, healthy option. I got to get out there and Sambone a little Playables option. Actually, we're closing down the Sambone the Shore here in the next couple of days, and I haven't Samboned an acai bowl. Acai bowl. I can't even pronounce it, Colin.
Acai bowl.
You're so. Say that 5 times fast.
You're so Delco, it hurts.
Yeah, grew up in Bucks County, but I'm Delco.
You are. Hey, I'm not the first person to tell you that.
No, you're not.
That's for sure. Listen, guys, you're going down to Cape May. You need somewhere to stop and get your booze. There is no better place than the family-owned business. Started in the 1920s. Still the same owners. Just incredible. Wow. Their first liquor license they bought for $350 back in the 1920s, 1930s. it turns into Colliers Bar, then it turned into Colliers Liquor Store. Check out colliersliquorstore.com for all this cool history, but it's still there. If you go right down into Cape May and you run to a direct end stop sign, boom, Colliers Liquor Store is right in front of you. Shout out to Colliers family. Shout out to the Levin family. Unbelievable people and locals down there that do it the right way. They have great hours. They're open year round for you to go. If you're down there for a wedding in the wintertime, you're down there for the summer. It's one block off the Washington Street Mall. Tons of selection for wine, craft beers, liquor, you name it. They have it. They have a fantastic story. They have a fantastic staff. You can order online for delivery, curbside pickup. It's a great spot, and they're great people there. And it's this place you want to go to buy your booze when you're down in Cape May. Other places to do that, you have Sunset Liquors. You have, Harry's is a little liquor store too. We talked about them a lot today. They got a campus, let's be honest, at that juncture. And then you got Joe Canals on your way into town. I'll finish it up here and rip through these ice cream and sweets treat spots. One of our sponsors here at the Not For Long Media, the Samboner Show, the original Fudge Kitchen guys. We talk about them all the time. Well, they have 2 locations in Cape May. They have one right up on the promenade. So you're walking on the promenade at night, watching some fireworks, boom, grab your fudge. They have one right next to the Cotton Company, the store we talked about today. I think it's my favorite store to shop in down there. Great, like men's and women's apparel for outdoor summer, Columbia, Patagonia, Vineyard Vines. But right next to that, they have Fudge Kitchen. We talk about them all the time here. Our official sponsor. You can buy it. You guys know what to do. You can ship it across the country too. So that's my little sweet treat at the end of the night after dinner. Hold off on dessert, sir, ma'am. I'm going to the Fudge Kitchen. That's usually my response. Dry Dock's a great little spot.
Whoa. Can't discount Core Brothers. Ho, man.
Oh, no. I'm getting there. They're on there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, but it's something to go to the Washington Mall and I'm going to get above. I'm going to get there. I'm either getting Fudge Kitchen. I'm either getting Core Brothers, a local spot that's a hole in the wall is Peace Pie. Take your kids there next time you're in town, Mick. It's these ice cream sandwiches with like a million flavors on these homemade cookies. And it's like a guy just like slides the window open. He goes into a freezer, pulls them out and hands them to you. Like it's not no frills. You're not walking in anywhere. It's right behind like probably Tish's. It's near Cape May Peanut Butter Company, which is another under the radar. King's, which is new across from Colliers. And then my personal favorite is Dry Dock. It's near the Seaview and Wawa. Oh my, it's old school, like
Cape May Peanut Butter Company. I mean, all these different all these different chains are making their way into every single island. Like if you label any company called peanut butter, I'm in. I'm in. Sea Isle Peanut Butter Company. Show me the way.
Show me the way. They're the spots. And then the cool thing with Cape May's got a lot of these old school clubs that have been around forever that you can join. So I want to give them their flowers. Shout out to the Sportsman's Club. End of the road. You would never know it's there. End of the road, literally. Cape May Point, you're looking at the sunken ship. There's a little club out there. I'm not going to get too far into it. I don't want too many members knocking on the doors. The Paddle Club, I happen to live right next to it. Awesome spot. Shout out to Lawson's Dockside Seasoning. You know what to do. The Yacht Club's great. The Tuna Club's great. So a lot of great little places down there. That does it, man. We try to hit as many places as possible. If there's a place we missed, I can't imagine. If there's a place we missed, maybe a couple are coming to my head now. Excuse me, let me know. But it's a great short point. It's got everything for everybody. And it's been fun for me. The older I've gotten, more folks have come down. Where before I was like, we're on an island down here, baby. But now we have a good group of.
The problem, Colin, is, and this isn't a problem, right? It's just people. After you're driving an hour and 45 minutes, it's like, oh, thank God I reside I vacation in Ocean City. It's right here. I can't imagine making another 15, 20-minute ride down to Wildwood or Cape May. Do yourself a favor. Take the extra 30-minute drive and go check out this town because it's filled with history. It's filled with great shops, restaurants, bars. And I'm telling you, it's worth the trip. Go to the lighthouse. Take your kids all the way up. If you're afraid of heights, I get it. I guess can't all be that brave.
Can't be that tough. I'm not all as tough as Mick. No, it's cool. Like there's a tree commission in that town because they're trying to preserve all the trees from being cut down and all the like they protected, very protected. There's a flower commission. Like it's different than a normal shore town where it's like, city blocks, and I'm nothing wrong with that. I love that. I did it. I still do it, but it's got that unique flavor. You'll pop yourself on West Cape May. You're like, am I in a little Bucks County, Delaware River town right now, or am I at the shore? It's got that flair to it. And again, I like the fact that I'll say this for people listening, it's your perfect spot for you and your wife to get a getaway. Yeah, you may have a house in Sea Isle, but you want to go down in Cape May and spend a night at a great hotel in the off season. Places are open. There's things to do, and there's people around, which I think is cool. And lastly, but surely not least, if you are down in December, the Cape May Christmas Parade is a huge party and a great time. Awesome for kids. I think it's the #1 voted small town Christmas parade in the country. Love it.
Dude, I love that. I love when all the shore towns do that.
That's really cool. Got to. Yeah, you got to. So. Cape May, man, appreciate everyone who supported us. Shout out the Original Fudge Kitchen, our main sponsor here Not For Long Media. Plenty of spots to go in Cape May for that. Mickey, anything in closing?
Yeah, no, shout out to our good friends at the Wharf in Wildwood as well for supporting the show, supporting the page. If you haven't been over to the Wharf, they obviously they added 500 different additional seats on the outside bar. Really good family fun environment, kid friendly with the board games and all types of other things for the kids to do, run around the beach. And then, the inside, they're always, slinging good, live music like the Juliana Brothers, Fat Mez, LeCompte, et cetera, et cetera. I talk about the hot honey pizza till the cows come home. But, again, just appreciate the Wharf for supporting the page, supporting the show. Obviously, this is all things Cape May, but hey, a good
15 minutes away, man.
10 minutes away, you got the Wharf. Yeah. And I highly recommend everybody to get over there and get your Samboner on. But this has been a ton of fun, man. Our 7th location episode as we move into the fall. Give us a shout. Give us a DM. Where should we highlight? Where should we go next? Annapolis, Maryland's a possibility. Bucks County, baby. Got to pay a little homage to Bucks County. We got Delaware as a possibility. New York. We got some fans chiming in from Hoboken. We got fans chiming in from South Carolina. Samboner Nation is alive and well. It's a beautiful, beautiful time to be a Samboner. So, eventually, Colin, we're going to have to fire up this bus. We're going to have to take these location episodes on the road. You heard it here. Honk, honk. So appreciate all the love and support. These episodes have been nothing but a ton of fun. And, it's what keeps the Samboner train chugging. So that's all I got for the day, baby.
Take a look. Take a bite. Cape May, New Jersey. Samboner out. Pop that Sambone, and baby, it's on. Driving 45 minutes just